Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and if you don't subscribe, well, I don't think I have to say anything. My fate's in your hands. A lot of you are like, unsubscribe. No, don't. We don't condone threats of violence here. That's not true. We don't condone threats of violence against yourself. Right. When I say violence, I mean, actually, I don't know what. I'm just rambling at this point. Subscribe to the channel. God dang it. I swear, I'm getting worse at these intros because I think I'm like, what can I say that's funny? Well, I'm also tired. Anyways, you know what is also tiring? People defending Destiny, or specifically Bungie. And we're seeing this drop off in content creators, and they're leaving. They're saying goodbye. And you know who's tired and probably is seeing everyone go bye-bye? Sweatcicle. That's right. Sweatcicle made a video talking about everyone is leaving Destiny 2, which is true. Like, Datto's dipped out, Glad is dipping out, Grenadier Jake's dipping out, Above's dipping out, Mylan Games dipped out a while ago. Like, you're just this plethora, the sea of content creators are dipping out. So we're going to react. Sweatcicle is one of the people that I like because he generally gives an interesting take. Most of the time, sometimes he has some takes. He's had some bad takes when it comes to sunsetting and just the general vibe of people. But outside of that, most of his takes are pretty fair, pretty reasonable, and pretty much usually on the pulse. So let's see what he has to say with everyone leaving Destiny 2.
Hello. We need to have somewhat of a chat. I know we had a chat, like, I think I uploaded it like a month and a half ago, maybe? It was like, maybe it's 2 months, because it was right after all the raid cheating news headlines came out for the Desert Perpetual raid race. Anyways, since then, things have taken a dramatic turn for the worse, and I kind of wanted to give you guys an...
I mean, it came out that one of the leading raid racers in the community was caught cheating with Bungie helping them.
Update about what's going on, because a bajillion people have been asking me what my plans are. So, the reason you're here is because it's Destiny 2 drama, right?
Hey, he knows!
Drama at this point gets 5-10 times more views than any sort of Destiny video does.
He's not wrong. Listen, Destiny drama is like soap operas for old ladies. Except we're not old ladies. We're just dudes who like Destiny or like Destiny. And dudettes. Can't forget the ladies. It's essentially video game drama is like soap opera for gamers.
And that's very apparent that community sentiment, this is the first time ever that I've ever seen it in the however many years I've been a creator, that people don't want to watch Destiny at all right now.
Oh.
At least comparatively, right? I don't want to disregard and say no, nobody's watching, but
most people don't care to watch at all. And if they do watch, they watch specifically for either the drama or the people having a conversation while you're playing. Like, they don't want to watch. They want to hear what you have to say and have a conversation with you. But if you're going to play Destiny, you might as well have like a script of things to talk about, because no one's going to give a shit if you're just playing the game out raw.
Over the years, we've seen the highs and lows of Destiny, and at the lows, usually people will stop playing. Those of us who are like not content creators and stuff, they will stop playing, but they'll still kind of keep tabs on the game through their favorite creators and whatnot. That's more until recently with the Edge of Fate expansion. It's been like the lowest selling of all time. People aren't playing. People aren't watching. The community is very, very vocally upset on Twitter, and there's just nothing positive being done or said. So the big thing I wanted to talk about at first is we are seeing a lot of the core community members of our Destiny 2 community leaving. And like I've never seen it like this because these are like pillars of the community that I've seen around for years. So let's start.
I mean, literally, these are people who probably have some view, like they have viewers. They bring a lot of attention to the game in regard to, helping Bungie out. But it's very obvious they don't have the staying power to keep players in the game anymore.
Obviously with my buddy Glad, you guys know Glad has been on my raid team for a very long time. He made this post the day after, or it was not long after he texted me saying he was going to be dropping out of our raid group. This was literally like 2 days before the raid. So it was kind of a scramble to find a teammate, but justifiably he kind of goes through and says why he's feeling terrible about Destiny right now. And all his reasons are valid. The power grind is boring. Everybody, I feel like he speaks for a lot of the common Destiny player when he says that the total lack of interest in the game is just very apparent right now. There's no direction in the game. The epic raid, you can have your opinion about that. We'll save that for another video. But
I'll be honest. I want to hear what he has to say about the epic raid. I don't know if the video will be out before this or after this. It'll probably be before this. Watch that video, my thoughts. But overall, based on the community sentiment, the epic raid was a failure, and for multiple reasons. But the community itself, just most people feel like it should have just been what the raid was in general.
That's just one of our core pillars that has fallen. Glad left a while ago, like I said. As of more recently, Above left. Above did a lot of more of the PvE side of content. He's a lot of these people, they're friends of mine, and it's sad to see these people leave. It just makes me wonder what happens when all the pillars fall.
Just to also kind of give some context, I do see his post stuff, Above post stuff. He actually is seeing some success in other games and talking about other games. So there is a good chance that he actually starts breaking away from Destiny and does variety. He may not actually ever come back as just a solo Destiny. He might do variety and try to broaden his feelers, which I would say is great. I've had some success when it comes to spreading my wings. If you look at this stuff, we've got almost 2K talking about Pokemon. We've got 3K talking about Borderlands. I would like to do more variety content because that's what I like, the drama, right? And I even tried. Here, you can tell the difference from a Brulance review from Doom, the Dark Ages, to just a generic free-to-play event. 14K versus 700 views. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. Even this one, this got 2K. This one, I figured it wasn't going to get a lot because it was so delayed. I figured this was only going to I'm surprised that it got 5K. But that's the main point, is that it is hard if you don't start as a variety. It is hard to branch out. So seeing success and branching out is always a good thing. Now, I don't personally give a shit. 700, I'm still wanting to do a brutally honest review for Borderlands, and it may not be as successful as any of my brutally honest for Destiny, but I want to do what I enjoy. And that's going to be one of those things that I enjoy, is doing some variety. And I think a lot of you guys will, even though you may not always watch it because you want the drama for Destiny, I still think part of you will still watch and appreciate my takes on different parts of the gaming sphere, because there's a lot of drama across the pond. And I know you guys are itching for me to cover it.
Does the roof come caving down? Because the next announcement that hit was Jake is leaving. Jake has been streaming the game way longer than I have. He's been putting up with all sorts of toxic PvP garbage.
When I tell you that playing trials will give you cancer, I almost feel like there's truth to it. It is probably the worst experience. Now, Bungie did come out and turn off an artifact that was just nothing but threadling spam. It is such an unbearable, unfun experience. There is nothing enjoyable about trials. And when you get to 450, just jump off a cliff. I kid you not. I have gotten better trial loot for jumping off a cliff than actually fucking trying. It is a horrible experience. And that's not how playing PvP should be.
From all the different cheaters for years. And he's finally had enough. Like, Jake didn't have to stream this game for the past however many years. Jake has done very well for himself. He's a great guy. And he's very loyal. And for him to finally say that he's had enough is very indicative. And then literally the next day, this is like, I mean, this, I feel like for a lot of people hits harder than anything, just because Datto has been around longer than anybody else, as far as I know. Datto is like that core center pillar of the community. Not that he's done forever. He said, see you in Renegades, but there's another tweet he made that he was saying a lot of the Destiny 2 community on Twitter is sometimes insufferable to interact with because of, like, I don't know, they just have a very toxic view towards content creators and just the game in general. It's very...
Well, I think when you have shit where it's justified, like, let me give you an example. Let's go to my profile. When you have content creators that say, do this. I don't like Destiny 2. I think it's gross. You do realize you can just walk to another stall, right? Am I not allowed to share my opinions? This is the shit. This is what causes people to have negative interaction with content creators. This shit right here. Aha, I'm gonna get you. Ha. And then you have the community saying, I'm pretty sure they're going to other stalls. Way to prove the point. Way to also prove my point that people want to fondle the balls of Bungie and these content creators. And guess what? It just this is what's causing the problem. You're not going to solve the root problem by pushing people farther away. Have you seen the player count? Actually, I don't think a lot of overly negative people are all that interested in care about for the future of the game. Or just thriving in negativity no matter what. Excuses. And that's part of the problem. You've got people giving like actual takes like, hey, I think this is why the people are leaving. This is a problem. This is and they're giving excuses. This is part of the problem. I feel no empathy for content creators, especially when they do shit like that. Like, you are stirring the pot. You get what you fucking deserve.
Weird. And not to get into that specific situation too much, it makes you wonder what's next for these other pillars of the community. I don't know what Astrocross is planning. I haven't talked to him. And I don't even know. Clyde is still playing. Other than that, it just feels like everybody's had enough. Not to say that we can't come back and play Destiny whenever it's good, because I think that's what a lot of people will do. But for these people to have dedicated years of their life to playing this game and building a community and positive sentiment around it.
And business. I think that, listen, I like Sweat, but they've built a business, a job, a career out of it. Not just a community. It's not like they're not getting money from that community. By the way, I do too, but it's not a job. The people are just nice enough to donate to me, especially Cannonball, who's just crazy. Cannonball is the dude that will just surprise you with a donation, and it's like, what?
To finally be pushed away.
Let's not forget some content creators try to gaslight viewers, like, for example, the GDC talk. Oh, yeah. People are trying so hard to revise that and make it not... It's funny because they're going to say that, what Justin said was taken out of context. Like, but everything he said has come to fruition. They've underdelivered. They have focused on velocity, and they're not even worried about quality or position of the game. They're fixing it later. Like, everything that he said that came out of his mouth is actually reality in the sense of what people expected it to be. Like, there was no misinterpretation when we are this far in the future from then, and it's been proven to what he said is correlating to the reality of the situation. No, maybe what he was intending to say may not what he expected to happen, but here we are in the future.
After all this different garbage, what can be done at this point? It almost feels like it's past the point of no return, which brings me into my next point. I don't want this to come off as the guy who told you so, but like, I feel like this was very foreseeable years ago. I made a video, Destiny 2 is not suitable or sustainable for content creators anymore, back in 2020. And a lot of the points that I made in this video, if you want to go watch it, are just, they still reign true. Is it just a lot of the things that people originally got excited for to play Destiny 2, let's say back in the Forsaken era, because that was what most people consider the pinnacle era, like between that and Beyond Light, where I feel like the best years of Destiny that everybody will remember fondly and has great memories with, we just don't get any of that stuff anymore because of the shift in dynamic in the way that Bungie does business and their lack of care for the actual community itself. Which kind of ties hand in hand, where it's profits over community.
And that has been, there was a distinct change, and I forgot who said it, but the change when they changed their motto from "we make games we want to play" to the "we make bullshit friends," that's when the whole vibe of Bungie completely changed.
And at the end of the day, a business is a business. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to make money, but it has been very, very apparent after the community has voiced their opinions for years and years at this point, and they'll just continue saying, "I'm listening," and nothing it falls on deaf ears. And that's led us to the point now.
Or you have DMG making his yearly post, we need to build trust. That's another one no one talks about. How often are you going to talk about building trust? And we're like, well, we're waiting.
We're here. Destiny 2 has, I feel like, hit a worse point than Curse of Osiris, which was known as
I mean, yes, the other day was 17K, but yeah, we are starting to get to the point of where I do think we're getting to the point where we're worse than Curse of Osiris. I think that's fair. Have a good one, JoJo. Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely say that we are coming to the point full circle. The only thing that's going to save Destiny is a Forsaken level expansion and a year. We remember Forsaken brought 3 banging seasons. They weren't perfect, but they were packed full of shit. I think that's the only thing that's going to not necessarily save Destiny, but it's definitely going to give it a boost. It's Forsaken level expectations. They can't do. There was literally multiple studios. The only way that they can do a Forsaken times 2 is if Sony pulls multiple studios to help Bungie and they invest into it. That's the only way. Which, if you remember, Activision broke off after that from Bungie because even Forsaken did not meet sale expectations from Activision. People think that all these banging DLCs are what makes Bungie money, but it's actually the MTX, because I don't think when it comes to buying expansions, Bungie has ever been really profitable. I mean, there's a reason Activision kicked Bungie to the curb. It wasn't profitable. It is MTX, which is why you continue to see Bungie shove more, because that is where they're getting their money.
As the lowest point in Destiny history, and Bungie
was Forsaken the same expansion to bring Mountaintop Recluse meta. That was later in the year. It was not. What you're thinking for Forsaken was Not Forgotten and Luna's How. That was the first time in the era of Forsaken. Recluse and Mountaintop was later down the line in that year.
Bungie themselves said they were like, I want to say 2 weeks away from having to close down the studio because of how bad it was performing. And then things rebounded with Forsaken. I've always been of the opinion that like they make their best content when they're at their lowest, which is, again, what happened with Forsaken. Will they do it this time? I'm not sure. I don't want to get my hopes up, but myself personally, I stopped tweeting and giving my opinions about the game a long time ago. Not only from the community being weird about it, but it's just like it falls on deaf ears. I was a part of a...
At this point, I give my brutally honest opinions, not because I like, let's be honest, Bungie, if they watch it, just like everything else, they don't give a shit. I do it for pure entertainment. When I do brutally honest reviews, it's that entertainment. It's still factual and gives honest thoughts about it, but it's also just entertainment.
Virtual community summit once, and I can honestly, all I'll say is that the feedback that I gave, I took it very seriously because I treated it as a privilege to be there because they wanted me to come in and try and get feedback on the things that were upcoming. This was probably like 3 years ago at this point. I feel like everything I said was just, I feel like nobody was actually listening in the way that they were like answering and having a conversation with. It felt like I was being completely disregarded. And I don't know. I just gave up, and Destiny, for me at this point, is something that I still love Destiny. I just feel the company behind Destiny is completely incompetent, and
this is why I like Sweat. He's willing to say what no other content creator wants to say. Bungie is incompetent.
It's doomed for failure. Unless something drastic changes. And something I thought about recently is that, I don't know, a lot of people have been hoping for this great Sony takeover and it'll fix the game and all this stuff. Sure.
No. What I'm hoping is that Sony takes over and gives the IP to someone else. That's where my chips are hoping, like the bet is. If they give it to a different studio or pull other studios to help Bungie, man, build a strike force. There's hope. Kind of like how Activision made a strike force for Forsaken. Maybe.
That's plausible. But for those of you who have played Destiny Rising, since Destiny Rising came out recently, I've actually been having a lot of fun with that game.
It's a good game.
You can say what you want about it being a gacha game and whatnot, but I actually had a lot of fun for the time that I did play it. I almost think that the future of the Destiny IP could be in better hands with NetEase, who developed Destiny Rising, than it would be in Bungie's hands. That's honestly what...
He's not wrong. Destiny Rising showed that you do not need Bungie to have Destiny. You do not need Bungie for Destiny to be successful. And that is the biggest red flag for Bungie. That is the, oh shit, our community now knows the IP can exist in the hands of someone else. Our jobs are not needed.
What I think, and we would be more likely to actually get a Destiny 3, which is what people are hoping for at this point. Because it falls back into philosophies I've talked about a long time ago, that the more things you add to the game, the more things you have to balance. And at a certain point, it just becomes unsustainable, and it feels like they just give up. Let's take one example as just Gambit, right? They gave up on Gambit a long time ago.
Yep.
That's no secret.
That's fair.
Gambit could have been great. When it originally came out, it was great. Lack of updates and care for it,
no new maps. No, not only that, but Gambit Prime was, I think Gambit Prime was going in a good direction with the sets. Like they could have really played into that, but for some reason they just removed it completely. They sunset Gambit Prime, which is really freaking weird.
Cause it to just die. And the more that happens across different parts of the game,
which by the way, this is exactly what's happening to PvP too.
Like it just becomes a complete failure. So all of this is really hard for me to take in, honestly, because I just hate talking negatively about Destiny. I want it to be a great game. I've always wanted this game to succeed, which is why I've sunk. When did I drop out of college? Like over almost 7 years of my life into making full-time content.
I like that he's just honest. I dropped out of college for my job. I had to play. Yeah. Ooh.
On this game. Or near, like most of my videos are Destiny, obviously, right? Because I very much enjoy the creative process of making these videos and fun challenges. And I just try to stay in my little corner and do fun challenges. Over the years, I feel like my creative tools have been stripped from me. The things that we used to do for game shows like Umbro Roulette, you can't do that stuff anymore. People aren't excited about.
Lars made Gambit. Lars backend has been making Marathon. Huge mistake. Lars only also made Trials. I played Gambit before release at EA 2018. That Gambit with curated loadouts was one of the most fun. And I think that is a big deal. I think Gambit would have been fine if they had curated loadouts, kind of like any other like first-person shooter game where there's just it's limited. I think having the diversity that we have really killed Gambit. I think most people like Gambit because it was exciting, but there was multiple issues. No lack of updates.
About the loot. I don't know. I just feel like my tools are being stripped away from me until I have none left. And then what do? I don't know. I still have Destiny videos that I want to make. Whether people want to watch them or not, it's obviously that's up to you guys. Like I don't want people to feel pity by not watching if they don't want to watch it. But I've always tried to make the videos that I enjoy making, and I want other people to enjoy them too. Even if Destiny is at a low point, I want to find some fun in the game. That's one thing I feel like our community has always done well.
I think the problem is that it's hard to find fun right now. We barely have any buffs that matter. 90% of the game is soft sunsetted, so it doesn't even matter. Like, finding fun is hard. And I know exactly what he's talking about. Strongholds. When they buffed Flash Counter and I played my Titan, I made a Stronghold build, and I spent months experimenting, and I had a great time with that. Just, by the way, Bungie, when are you going to reverse the Strongholds nerf? Fix my baby! Anyways, I know exactly what he's talking about. You find that thing to try to have fun with, but I think it's increasingly hard to do now.
And I just don't know how much longer we can do that for. Like I said, I have videos planned. I have some upcoming Destiny videos, and I have some other videos planned for like more variety stuff. You guys have seen a couple of them. The one I was really excited about recently is Silksong just released. We did 100%. I don't know I guess you could call it a playthrough of that, where kind of took you through the journey of going from 0 to 100%. And I also did the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom and when that came out. And those have been some of my favorite videos that I've made. I just have it takes me a very long time to learn new things. And it's going to take me, I feel like, a long time to unlearn all my Destiny habits and learn to make good content on other games. So all I'm asking is to just be patient. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, that's a lie. I will be taking January off since.
Oh no! Where am I going to get my reacts with someone who has actual fair opinions about shit? Like, damn. I'm going to have to watch Scarrow now? Fuck. Sorry, I had to make a joke.
Statistically, that's like the worst month for like YouTube ad revenue. It would be a good time for me to just take a break. I think a month off would be healthy to kind of reset. So that'll be slightly after Renegades, but I'm planning to upload until the end of the year, take a month off, and then I don't know. We'll just kind of see where the wind takes us. So I know this is kind of a drama video, but I also don't want this to I want this to be more of a positive spin. Not that like I don't want it to sound like a goodbye, even though I feel like all my friends have left and it's like, now what do I
Bye-bye.
do? But there's so much opportunity elsewhere, and I really enjoy making YouTube videos. Whether they come out good or not, again, it's a process of learning how to make good videos, but it just sucks to see something that
I am wish-washy. I make some good videos and then I just do reacts. Listen, I like doing reacts. Love your accurate takes. Thank you. And that's why I do these reacts, because I give takes, right? But I also really enjoy the edited videos, which I need to get back. Like, I want you guys to know how desperately I want to do something gaming show news. Like, I want to do that. And even though, like, if I do it, if I go, like let's just go take a look. Let's go to the channel. Something gaming news show. I love doing this. It was probably some of my, I really do love doing this. I enjoy doing this. I love experimenting and playing with shit. Like, obviously, I had some, it's not as successful as I would like it to be, but I really do love it. And I would like to continue to experiment and build into it. And yeah, that's what I would like to do. It's just really hard to do like a thumbnail to get people to actually want to watch it. But I am glad that even if I get 1,000, like, I'm still happy with 1,000 views. Listen, I don't care about views in the sense that I want to be a big channel. I spend a shit ton of time with some of the stuff, and I just want to I laugh at my own shit. When I do editing, I do stuff that makes me laugh, and I just want to show it. I just want to show it off. Like, this is my baby. I put time into this. I made this. And it's like, you know how those ladies, they just take their baby and shove it in your face? Like, isn't this cute? No, this is like, isn't this funny? That's me. Like, I made this. Isn't this funny?
So long. Like, a good majority of my life. Honestly, like, I not even almost half my life will round playing Destiny. Because obviously I played before I became a content creator too, and I feel like I've really tried to hold my opinions to the same standard that I used to before I became a creator, because I know a lot of people are very critical of that, people changing their opinions when they become creators. I will say it has shifted, because I've heard so many opinions of you guys, whether it's through the YouTube comments or the Twitch chat over the years, on how you feel about certain parts of Destiny. And I feel like I have a very well-rounded opinion of how the game operates and all the things that people like and don't like.
Yep.
So,
which is where I feel like I have it is crazy. And I'm going back to my channel, and I'm going to do it every fucking time. We go back to my channel. I don't care about Mr. Beast. Sorry, Mr. Beast. You're not something gaming news. By the way, there we go. Thank you. This video, I wanted to say how much of a fucking prophet I am. I had the pulse on the community from the before Edge of Fate came out. I literally had a pulse on the community, and I'm a fucking prophet. I know this shit. I almost want to do like a live stream where we rewatch this just to watch it and react to my own fucking video. An hour. You know what? Maybe we'll do that as like a member thing, a member video for my members. I don't know if anyone will give a shit if I react to this again, but damn, it's crazy how much I have a finger on the pulse of the community.
To the future of Destiny, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen, but I also have to what's the good saying? Uh Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yep.
In the sense of we have to be forward.
You can be a realistic optimist or optimistically realistic. Like you expect, you want the best to happen, but you know reality. You know that this is what is probably going to happen, what can happen, but you're hoping for the best, but you're not going to get caught with your pants down.
Looking, and that obviously I'm lucky to do what I do, and I could wake up tomorrow and I don't know, YouTube could be deleted or something, but
RIP.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to look forward to. I don't want to be all Doomerville on Destiny, and I think I'll always come back and play the fun new stuff that comes out. So whether it's like a raid or a dungeon, I just can't sit around and play strikes for hours anymore. Because again, all my tools have been taken away. There's no fun videos to make on it anymore. And that's the thing that I really enjoy doing, is bringing value to you guys on YouTube and on the Twitch side, where we can just, like back in the COVID days, it used to just be like a podcast. I remember so many people would just come hang out, we would chat, and I'd just run strikes on repeat. And I'll always hold those memories.
I did that. I have a couple of videos that are on the back burner that I haven't released while we were playing Nether, where I was just kind of vibing and talking to chat. Yeah, I mean, kind of do that.
With me. And that, like, how many fun times we've had. But Bungie's lack of
care,
making memorable experiences the past few years, I feel like is a big turnoff for a lot of players. I don't know where that disconnect lies. We could really dig into the psychology of that later, but that would be for another video.
Do
I
it.
don't want to make this too long.
Do it.
I should have said this earlier. I just got a little sidetracked. Is that I don't want to disrespect that community that built me. And that's you guys. I know a lot of you are here for specifically Destiny content, and I will continue to upload Destiny videos when I have stuff that I can make cool videos on.
I hope you guys are here to just watch anything I react to, especially if it's like video game drama and or my skits or reviews, because the reality is that's what my plan is, to just continue having fun. I have fun. I have fun reacting and talking to the community, my community. I enjoy, trolling people that are upset. There is nothing more. It's like having a digital punching bag, someone that I control and make upset, because I'm literally just venting at this point. I have a digital punching bag that's just willingly putting itself out there. So I love trolling and or having a conversation where I can vent to someone. Like, instead of talking to a wall, I'm talking to a chatter. And that feels better than talking to a wall, because 99% of things that happen in Destiny, I'm not going to go to my coworker and be like, yo, Bungie just did this stupid shit. Can you believe that? Wait, what's Destiny? Who's Bungie? Don't you have a job to do? Yeah, you're right.
Or videos that I feel like are fun, but I don't want it to feel forced. And I understand if naturally people are going to leave along the way. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I feel like Destiny is running away from me, is what I feel like. So it's not a goodbye. It's more of let's wait and see what happens with Bungie and the game, because there's nothing I can do. It's completely out of my control. But I just like to keep you guys in the loop, because I know a lot of people are curious and asking, and interest is at an all-time low. But let's hope for the best, plan for the worst. Thank you guys for everything, and we will see where the wind takes us. We'll see you next time.
All right. There it is. Go ahead and check out the video. Link will be down below. I'm going to give it a like on my alt account. Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of the stuff. I appreciate that he didn't just straight up, like, he covered a lot about the drama and the community, but he didn't really, he didn't blame the community. Did you notice that? He talked about the negativity. He talked about people being upset, and yet he didn't blame the community. It's crazy when you're a content creator and you don't blame the community, but you blame the incompetence of the company that doesn't give a fuck. I know, it's a crazy concept. You'd think content creators will learn, but they're going to learn the hard way, I guess. I'm Mr. Game Concert. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. Link to his video will be down below. And as always, don't forget to game out. Huzzah!